check. 2. Tower, Top Gun 1, flight of 2 at runway 8, ready to go. Top Gun 1, Indian Springs Tower, winds calm, cleared for takeoff, runway 8. Clear for takeoff, Top Gun 1. Before takeoff, external transfer off, flaps down, skid on, lights out, compass checked, pitot heat on, IFF normal, circuit breakers, mine are good, warning lights, okay, let's go.
Engine's good. Airspeed's coming alive. Knots. There's 100 knots.
Gear. Flaps.
Gear's moving. Flaps up. Got a new bogey, right 30, 36 miles, 3,000. Gear up. Positive IFF return. Target is friendly.
Welcome to Event 5 of the program, which is a 2v1 against an F5 simulating the MiG-21. Today, we'll practice loose deuce tactics against a more capable adversary, where dragging would be too dangerous. Let's go over the admin quickly. Fighters will use the Highway 1 departure, enter the range at maximum at 20,000, then set up for the intercept at Reveille Peak at 15,000. I'll be waiting 20 miles to the east. After the knock it off, the fighters leave the range at Caesar at 14,000 feet, follow the Lee recovery until Paiute. Take a look at your maps and remember how close we are to the container. We almost had a violation a few days ago, followed by a few angry phone calls after landing. We are guests here. We have a lot of eyes on us, so we can afford no fuck-ups. Alright, let's move on to today's exercise. 2 Phantoms against an F5 using loose deuce tactics. Think of 2v1 like boxing. Both hands can be doing the same thing. In fact, they have to be in opposite places, but they are mutually supporting each other. One hand's in the guy's face. What's the other doing? Well, momentarily it's defending. Next thing it's doing is preparing. Then simultaneously the one hand comes back and the other one goes in. Working in tandem against an opponent, the 2 fighters can alternate turning and dogfighting and soaring to the top of the egg, trading status as free and engaged fighters. It enables them to keep constant pressure on a MiG, slowly running them out of altitude. Airspeed, energy.
Rig check. Ball centered. Ailerons look good. Roll log off. Alright, approaching Reveille Peak. 2, let me know when you're fenced and ready. 2's fenced and ready. Alright, turning 090. Fighter, steady 090.
Setup is the same as last time, 20-mile run-in with the fighters 1.5 miles abeam. The goal is to bracket the bandit, force him to pick one fighter to attack. That fighter becomes the engaged fighter, the other one pulls up into the egg. Now when you go up like that, you're not looking in the cockpit, you're not looking at the gauges. It's strictly hands, feet, and rudder while you're keeping track of what's outside. You get up there about 160 or 170 knots and you should probably start feeding in rudder to end up on your back. You want to pull out inside your missile's envelope. The engaged fighter's job is to maintain offensive pressure on the bandit to force into a predictable flight path for the free fighter, without increasing the risk of becoming defensive. Once it's trapped in a serious defensive situation, the engaged fighter becomes more of a hindrance than an asset to the free fighter. The engaged fighter should use everything you've learned so far about fighting a MiG. 2-circle, lag pursuit, lag rolls. The engagement may develop into a flat or rolling scissors, 2 pilots swirling around each other, one trying to spit the other out in front. Just put your adversary on a precise spot on your canopy and hold them there. Don't deviate. Use your canopy like a protractor. Even the slightest variation will throw the pilot out of the enemy's plane of turn, let him get away or possibly spit you out in front. But hold it tight and the 6 o'clock shot is yours. He'll never shake you. If that fails, you can still deliberately depart the plane as a last resort maneuver. If you want to slow down for some reason, you want this guy to overshoot, you want to go from 450 to 90 knots as fast as you can, don't pussyfoot it. Depart it. Jam the stick forward, whip it back, and then jam it forward again. This will get you through about 1.5 negative Gs. Then pull it as hard as you can and reverse the rudder. At that point, you can generate enough yaw rate and the airplane will float. If the bandit survives the first shot of the free fighter, they'll be forced to defend. So engaged fighter becomes free. You take turns attacking. It's like an intricate dance. Timing is critical, communication is critical. You're telling your wingman exactly what you're doing. You go high, I'll go low. Exactly what you're doing. Exactly how you're setting up the game. The MiG isn't going to go up and down. It's going to go around, or it's going to go around and then down in an ever smaller circle. As the plane turns in smaller and smaller circles, it becomes slower, more vulnerable, while the Phantoms maintain their speed by alternating their attacks. So as long as you keep, so to speak, trading places, what you're doing is hitting the speed bag. Speed bag is the MiG. Each hand keeps going back and forth, pounding him. He can never fly in a straight line. He just keeps getting into a smaller and smaller ball. The ultimate end of any fight doesn't require a weapon to be fired. You can fly the son of the bitch into the ground. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Alright, let me know when you're ready.
Top Gun 1-1, ready. Deuce ready. Fighters ready. Band ready. Check tapes on. Fights on. Fighters echo. Fights on. Top Gun 1, single contact bearing 090, 15 miles, level, 800 knots closure.
Roger, 2 same.
Miles, 10 miles. 2, let's bracket him. Roger. Leads tally up 5. Here we go. Deuce tally. One's engaged. Deuce free. Deuce going up. Deuce in.
He's at our 5 o'clock. Boom! 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock now.
That's a kill. Copy kill. Shit, it's 1v1 now.
He's at our 11 o'clock. He's at our 11 o'clock.
Box 2. Box 2. Kill F5. Copy kill, knock it off. Top Gun 1-1, knock it off. 2, knock it off. Yes, we got him. Alright, check your fuel. We can set up for another run if you like.
Alright, now I'm going to teach you how to use loose Deuce tactics defensively. You're cruising along over North Vietnam when a GCI-controlled MiG pops up from below and behind. He's not in the IR lethal cone or guns range yet. The closer fighter will become engaged and turn into the bogey to keep him in sight. Free fighter, the one farther from the bogey, increases separation, selects full afterburner, and unloads to accelerate. Fighters now have created a split and forced the bogey to choose between them. Once the bogey is committed to the engaged fighter, the free fighter pulls up and turns back in for the kill, while the engaged fighter maneuvers to force the bogey into a predictable flight path. And now it's the same as what we did before. Fighters alternate their attacks, one keeping the pressure on the bogey and the other pulling up into an egg. Clear as mud? Alright, let's do it.
Top Gun 1-1, ready. Yeah, ready. Fighters ready. Band ready. Check tapes on. Lights on. Fighters echo. Lights on. Tally ho, bandit, 8 o'clock. Deuce tally. One's engaged. Deuce free. Deuce going up. Kill F5. Copy kill, knock it off. Top Gun 1-1, knock it off. 2, knock it off. Alright, check your fuel. We can set up for another run if you like. Top Gun 1, initial. Top Gun 1, winds calm, clear for the overhead, runway 8. Top Gun 1. Indian Springs Tower, Bandit 1 at Paiute for landing instructions. Bandit 1, Indian Springs Tower, altimeter 29er 8, report 3 mile initial for runway 8. Bandit 1. 1, clear the active 1 able. Contact ground. Top Gun 1 switching. 2, go button 2.
2.
Top Gun check.
2.
Ground. Top Gun 1 is clear of the active. Request taxi to parking. Top Gun 1, cleared to taxi to ramp Alpha. Top Gun 1. After landing checks. Skid. Off. Command selector valve closed, radar off, pressure is good, lower guard up. Mines up. Taxi light. Set. Flaps. Up. Drag chute. Jettison. Stab augs. Off. Internal wing dump. Normal. ILS. Off. Anti-ice. Normal. Rattle. Off. Stab trim. Down 3. Reference system selector. Standby. Rain removal. Off. Pitot heat. Off. IFF. Off. Temperature. Full hot. Defog foot heat. Defog. TACDAN. Off. Formation lights. Off. Sight shutter. Closed.